I've made a mod that helps with lighting in a vanilla-esque way. Sort of. The real solution would be to revisit the idea of monsters spawning in darkness, but since Mojang are very unlikely to revisit such a core element, even if it sucks, this mod adds two new features which I believe could fit their vision. First, enter the searchlight. This block does not emit light on its own, but it casts an invisible light source in the direction of choosing. The purpose of this block is to light up areas where having a visible light source would be an aesthetic detriment, but do it in a way that would fit Mojang's vision of vanilla survival Minecraft. When a player right-clicks a searchlight block, it turns in the direction of the player, moving an associated light source block. It's not exactly the most convenient way to aim a searchlight, which makes it even more in spirit of Minecraft. I'm not saying Minecraft is deliberately inconvenient, but this is probably the most vanilla way to aim such a block. Mojang do not like UIs and try to avoid them when possible. There is one bit that probably doesn't fit vanilla but solves an important problem. When you hold a searchlight, it visually displays a beam of light connecting a searchlight to a light source. I have an idea in mind involving the spyglass. Maybe I'll make a video exploring that idea. The light source block is invisible and normally cannot be interacted with, but it has some caveats, like triggering observers, stopping water, or preventing crops from growing. The full list of caveats is available on the GitHub page. When you replace a light source, it gets moved to the closest appropriate position in the direction of a searchlight. The block has to be considered air to get replaced. You know how certain blocks disappear when you move 64 blocks away? What normally occurs this time is a blessing. By pointing a searchlight into the distance, you can hide both a light source and a searchlight, well, almost, and have a light with practically no visible source and with no blatant giveaway of hiding a light source. The second feature of this mod is the wall lights, available in iron, copper, prismarine, and 16 colored variants matching terracotta color palette. Mechanically, it's just a normal light source, but what makes it special is how well it blends in with the modern build style, and when placed on walls, its height is adjusted to the eye level specifically to hide the glowing part. The point of this light source is to be a naturally hidden light for the modern and futuristic build styles. To follow Mojang's vision of vanilla, wood and stone variants of wall lights are not present by design, because most existing light sources are already made to work with wood and stone, but there is a lack of fitting light sources for modern and futuristic builds. And that's it. Here are the recipes. I wanted to make them on a slightly expensive side, somewhat on the level with the lantern. Not to the point where it discourages from using it, but rather to not have this as the answer for every single lighting need. For another vanilla style mod that improves the experience, consider Inventorio, my inventory enhancement mod. That mod took far more time than I would like. I hope to finally be done with that mod soon and finally start working on my own video game.